Alright guys, so at this point now I've got each of those input wires soldered in. I've cleaned them up. You can see that at the back they're nice and neat. Now what I'll probably do at a later point is I'll add a bunch of hot glue over the top of that to just give those joints a little bit more security, because that's where there will be some movement, which is also why I have zip tied those together, again to help give them a little bit more integrity as we go. So the next layer that we need to do is we need to attack the connections for our controller to our Arduino. Now so far we've been using a breadboard, but what we're going to do next is we're going to use this little guy who's like a little breakout terminal for our Arduino. Because most of our connections now are just going directly from the controller to here or to our arm to here, this is going to give us a little bit of a neater package to be able to work with moving forward. So what we're going to do is I'm going to talk through what we want to have connected through here, and then I'm going to pause it and then I'll show you where we got to, so you don't have to watch me go through that. But what I've done at the moment is I've got my terminal snap, so that allows me to connect my power source. At the moment I've connected the power through to that VCC in, so that grey wire comes through. I've soldered that up with a little sleeve of heat shrink to then go over the top of that. So that there will be my power coming in, which allows me to use my switch to turn it on and off. And the other side of that, I've paired that up with my black wire, which is my GND. So that there will give me the connection for the battery and be able to start building through there. So the VCC is then the power that comes through from here, which is going to be a nice solid 5 volts from our voltage regulator, which is going to be basically going through. I've got that blue rail, so that blue one is going to go to my VIN, so my voltage in, which will be on the end over here. So if we have a look on, we've got all of the pins labelled on there, so he's going to go into that. So you can see at the top we need a flathead screwdriver to loosen it off. You can see I've trimmed off about 5 to 6 mils to be able to slide in there and then tighten in that. Next one along is 5 volts, so that red one is going to go in and it's going to bring some 5 volt power back to this guy. Okay, so from there we've got a few other bits that's going to happen as we go through as well. So we've got our GND, which we are going to take through to the ground, and then depending on what you drew up as your plan for your inputs here, we've got 3 analog pins that need to be connected for the potentiometers and 2 digital pins for these ones. So I'll be using probably 2 and 4 for these two, and A0, 1 and 2 for the other ones there. So you'll just need to make sure that you are clear on what you're going to do. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to pause and I'm going to wire those up, ready to go for the next step of our connections. Alright, so now I've gone through and I've got my connections in. So what you'll notice with each of these is I've made sure that I don't have much exposed wire on those. So that is what we want it to look like. It could even be a little bit closer than what I've got, but now I've got each of the wires connected through, so you can see I've got the 2 grounds sitting in there. That will end up being 3, but I'm going to use the other ground over here for the input from our arm. But right now we're at a point where we are going to then test our inputs using